right, it's the rundown. It's brought to you by Truly Seltzer. The weather's turning here a little bit, 60 degrees on that thermometer. People are going to start drinking outside. People start hitting the rooftops. The world's opening back up. It's the perfect time for a truly hard seltzer. Whether you're in the city, whether you're at the beach, whether you're on the golf course, wherever, on a boat, on the lake, whatever. Drink some Trulies. Of course, they get down with the Foreplay Boys in the Barstool Classic. So as those ramp up, you can catch Truly on the golf course. So all year round, your favorite hard seltzer, all the best flavors. The original one still out there doing it. Truly Hard Seltzer, get yours for the spring and summertime. We'll start with Meyers Leonard, who I guess is taking like a leave of absence from the team because he dropped the K-bomb.
He's taking leave of absence?
I think so, right?
It's probably pretty mutual.
Yeah, that's not, well,
I think he was probably a good nudge from the front office.
Right, for sure. But you know, here's the thing: if you're famous, or you're a racist, or you're a famous racist, you can't play video games because that shit, video game frustration will push you to say bad things. And if those things are in your vocabulary, they're coming out.
See,
like if I'm playing, I'm gonna be like, "You motherfucking cocksucker!" But if Meyers Leonard's playing, he's gonna. I mean, he went through the roller.
Turn it off.
He was like, not the N-word, not the F-word. Okay, I'll go with the K-word.
Dude, I haven't heard a hard K since probably since American History X was the last hard K I heard.
That's
and
not.
I went to a New England boarding school, like a Catholic one. You'd think you'd have heard those around. I don't think I've heard it since fucking American History X.
Do you think there's any chance he's telling the truth that he did not know what it meant?
I don't really know what it means. I know what it means, but I don't know what it means. So he could be playing coy, being like, I don't know. But even
okay, so I've told this story before, I think on KC Radio, but when I was growing up, I was probably in like elementary school, right?
This is not right.
And I went to a friend's house. You know this one?
Yeah.
And someone in his family, I forget who it was, said, "Let's get the C word for Asian people dinner tonight." And I just thought that's what the food was called. Like, it would be something in the armor. And Michael Angelo seems confused. You get it now?
Like
you're still a little lost.
Chunk, but a different word.
And so, like, probably like 2 weeks later, I just thought that's what it was. And like 2 weeks later, I asked my parents, I was like, can we get that food for dinner? And my mom was like, what did you just say? And I just said it again. And she goes, do you know what that means?
Are you deaf?
And I was like,
Did
no.
I stutter, bitch?
I was like, no, I don't know what that means. She's like, it means penis food. You want penis food? So she just wanted me to never say it again. And so for like 10 years.
I knew the first half of that. I don't think I knew the second half.
For like 10 years, I just thought that's what it was. And I never said it anymore because I was like, oh, I don't want penis food. And then like, it was probably like middle school, high school, I learned what it actually meant. But that was still middle school, high school.
Yeah,
Meyers Leonard is.
But I mean, if he is trying to play, like, I don't know the literal definition of that word. I don't know why it means that. I don't know what it means. So he could say, like, I don't even know what that means, and he's not technically lying, even though you're just being an obtuse asshole because you do know that. Even if you don't know the definition of it or where it came from, the etymology or whatever, you know it's a slur.
If he didn't have the pause before, his thing would have been more believable.
Totally
the pause
agree.
makes it seem like he knew he was saying something wrong. If he dropped it almost casually, it's like, yeah, I just didn't know what that meant.
Right.
You could almost buy it,
The
but
hesitation says it all.
he knew it was a thing he shouldn't
wrong.
say.
But he also, I don't think Meyers Leonard gets the benefit of the doubt with like ignorance there, because he like made a statement about not kneeling for the anthem and being like, I understand what Black Lives Matter means, but I like, and like that would imply that he's at least researched racism.
He's taught. He has some thoughts
You've at least
on that
checked
stuff.
out what some slurs were, so I don't think you get to have both sides of that.
It's not great. And then the Athletic putting out that graphic. That
What was the graphic?
It's
looks like
him like wearing like those TJ glasses, like the gamer glasses that are like big goggles, with a quote that says like, I'm deeply sorry for using a racial slur on the stream yesterday. But it looks like it's a promo to like follow my stream, like swipe up to watch.
There was also like, I think it was NBC Sports put out a headline where they bleeped out fucking and they bleeped out bitch, but they did not bleep out the K word.
Really?
It was just spelt out. And people were like, something's wrong.
I mean,
here.
it is uncharted territory for a lot of people. I think. I think it's a new word for some people.
You think so?
I do. I don't think to him. I think he's bullshit because he's using it. But I think there are people who probably don't know.
I mean, it is a rarely used one, that's for sure.
And
but I just feel like
people who don't have experience with with that.
I could be making this up, but I think it's in a commercial. I think the first time I saw it was like an old guy.
The K word?
Yes, I think there's an old there's an old guy on a park bench, and it's like a racial insensitivity thing, and he says, "I've been called."
Oh,
and he
all
said,
right.
but he says
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but if
and I think that's
that
the first. I was like,
more
"What is
sense.
that? What does that mean?" This was maybe years ago.
But it doesn't matter. Like, if the audience doesn't know it, these people don't know it, the hesitation for him says everything. So now, I don't know what to
Also,
do. I mean,
shout out Julian Edelman. Hell of a statement from him.
Yeah, did he drop? I mean, he's always been on the front lines whenever
He's
there's
always
anti-Semitic
very
shit.
good.
Yeah.
I'll check it.
Honestly, there's not many of them. You know what I mean? There's really
Good.
not many in pro sports. So he always reps for,
Yeah.
for the tribe. Like in the NBA, you know, Meyers Leonard, he'll probably disappear for a little bit, but he'll come. Like you drop an N-bomb and you're in the NBA, you're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble.
Right.
He'll probably come back from this, right?
I mean, I don't know. He does Meyers Leonard even play anymore?
I think he's pretty bad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he
Yeah,
plays
like,
at
I don't
all.
think
He
Meyers
puts up like
Leonard-
5 points, like
Right.
2 boards.
Like,
I
I don't
wonder if
think people
anybody's
are
even
like,
gonna
oh,
give him.
we could take this baggage with,
Yeah, that's
with
true.
Meyers
Man,
Leonard. He's
imagine
so
that
worth
if
it.
like you're bad, but you still are hanging around the league, making like a couple million a year, and then it's just like,
Oh,
Twitch stream
I bet-
ends your whole shit.
I would bet he makes double-digit millions.
Yeah, probably. The NBA is fucking crazy.
The NBA is insane.
Yeah, he
Oh,
probably
yeah.
has like a $60 million contract or something insane. That's just the NBA for you. But you think it's over now? You think it's just like, see you later?
Oh, he signed a 1 year, $9.4 million.
So you
It's
know, I mean,
ridiculous.
insanity.
How old is he?
Oh, and next year he
27
make
or 29.
10.1. See you later on that.
That's not
yeah,
working.
that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's not fucking happening.
That one is not happening.
This is Julian Edelman's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he always does it very well where he's like, he
It's-
doesn't
it's-
jump down people's throats. He's like, I know, like, you probably didn't really mean it in a hateful
Right.
way, but here's
Very
why.
articulate.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for sounding so surprised, but it's just, and he's handled statements like this before very well, but this one, like, I was like, oh, that's actually really well written. And,
Yeah.
he probably had a little help with
I was going to
it.
say, by his PR people, you know, but that's why they exist. Also in the news for some trouble, Johnny Damon with his DUI video. He is shit-faced.
3.0, 0.30.
That is some drunk driving. Holy moly. I mean, he was bombed.
Listen to me. Step over there.
Okay,
Stay in the car.
Okay, all I'm saying
Stay
is,
in the car.
all I'm saying is,
Stay in the. Get back in the car.
are you kidding me right now?
Stay.
And his wife gets out of the car and
Him
she's
and-
fighting the cops and shit. The cops are being as fucking nice and as patient as you possibly can be. I mean, the thing about Johnny Damon, God bless him, when he's sober, he's like an idiot. to
Crazy.
handle, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So now you got like a drunk caveman on your hands. It's like, I mean, I'm surprised they weren't just like, it's Johnny. Let's just tase him and get him in the back seat now.
I like how he went with Blue Lives Matter and I'm a Trump guy.
Yeah.
Before he went with like a I'm Johnny Damon.
Right. Gotta respect it. He's not doing the name dropping. You know,
He's like,
Blue
nah,
Lives
man, I
Matter, bro."
donate to the police union. Come on.
I
dude, just
really
say
liked
you're
that. Like, I could be an amoeba. No matter what group I'm in trouble with, I'll shapeshift, baby. My political views, whatever I got to do, I'll say whatever I have. So immediately dropping, like, oh, by the way.
do you think that Tommy?
Just so you know, I go to the PAL all the time. Dude.
Do you think that there'll ever be a time where you say I'm Tommy Smokes?
I've done it millions of times. No, I can't see myself ever doing that myself. That's
Like,
what
do
you
you know
have
who I
friends.
am?
You have
Like, have you
friends to
seen
do that
Tommy
for
Smokes?
you.
Yeah.
Right.
You tap someone on the shoulder, like, yo, come on, handle this up here for me. But the best part of that is their fucking mugshots, and it's just proof positive that it doesn't matter how much money you have.
When you're shit faced.
No, Florida's Florida.
Oh.
Like both of those mugshots, I was like, Florida people. The wife looks like the most
Oh,
Florida
I
person
mean-
of all time.
I mean, she was hammered, man. Like, just the worst thing. When you're, I mean, he wasn't really helping himself, but at least he was just being like a dumb drunk. When your girl's shit-faced and making things worse for you, and it's like, please just fucking stop. It's like having a little kid, you know?
She was like wrestling with the cops, right?
Yeah, she's sort of like pushing him and
Not
don't
a
put your
smart
fucking
play.
hands on me. Not a good idea. So, not great for Johnny. He was on Below Deck, you know that show?
Yeah.
Apparently he just got like blacked out on
What
a
is
yacht.
that? A fishing?
It's like
No,
a
it's like
it's
yacht
like a
rental.
reality show with like yacht, you know,
Okay.
stewards. But there's always a new, like, family or group buying the boat for the day. And then one time it was just Johnny Damon.
Like, why the fuck would you do that? How much money could they possibly offer you? Like, I want to go on vacation.
I bet you his
I
wife
want to
likes
get
it. I bet you
shit-faced
his
without
wife,
fucking
I bet you his
cameras.
wife likes the show.
Dude, if that's one thing if you're a fucking nobody and it's like, hey, we'll knock off half the price and we get to film it. If you're fucking Johnny Damon, I would guess he's made what, $150 million?
Easy.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm just gonna take my fucking vacation without cameras.
No, I'm just trying to think. His Yankee contract was maybe like
I was
60 million.
I was confusing his with Ellsbury's.
Probably close to 100.
I was gonna say 100. Okay, fine. Like enough money that you can go on vacation.
Enough for a vacation without cameras where you don't end up on fucking national TV on Bravo with Andy Cohen doing a post show about you being drunk as fuck. Like, I'm just gonna get drunk alone. That's what vacation's for.
Johnny needs to apparently overhaul his entire drinking process. Boats, cars, just stay at home, man. Just stay like in the basement or something. Second half of the rundown is brought to you by what, Michael Angelo? Simply Safe. Simply Safe is the #1 company in home security because it cuts out all the bullshit. They make it easy, they make it affordable, and they make it safe for you and your loved ones. So right now you can start up a month-to-month deal, which is affordable. There's no long-term contracts to rope you in. And there's no like technician who comes to your house. You don't have to worry about the setup. Everything gets mailed to you. You get the cameras, you get the sensors, you get the alarms, all that shit. Set it up how you want, when you want. It takes like 20 minutes to put everything around your property, around your house. And next thing you know, you're getting security from burglars, from earthquakes, from floods, from fires, anything that can ruin your home, your belongings, or your loved ones. All affordable. And right now, when you use the promo, when you go to simplysafe.com/rundown, you get a free security camera and a 60-day risk-free trial. So an extra camera to keep things extra safe. When you go to Simply Safe, simply with an I, SIMPLI, safe.com/rundown. Cindy, the slut shamer, she's got herself a nice little TikTok presence. She goes around campus to campus, screaming at the top of her lungs about why you shouldn't have sex. At this point, the college students are rebelling and fighting back. She's gaining an audience. She's got like 80,000 followers on TikTok. She's always got a crowd of people. They yell back at her. They chant at her. It actually seems like pretty fucking fun.
I am here to do some good old-fashioned slut shaming. Yeah!
She's just in on this now, right?
I don't think so. I think that
You
some
think
of
that
the
she
most
still is like a Bible thumper? Like
some of the least self-aware people on the planet are campus preachers, and I also think they are the profession I respect the most in the world.
No. I think because she's calling herself slut shaming.
Yeah,
sis.
that's
that makes me think she's in.
But they hold up signs like that all the time.
Shaming
like
sis.
these
are-
I'm slut shaming.
I don't know if they had these kind of folks at the Bronx, but like in Tallahassee, like
They were just like the teachers. At 40.
every student center was just like full of some kind of preacher holding up a sign that like gays, homosexuals, that's the same thing.
Well,
blah 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 blah, whatever. Like, all this list of like sluts, whores, all kinds of like words on a board that everyone would laugh at, everyone would dunk on them. And God bless these
They just
people.
kept coming back.
They wake up every goddamn morning and they're like, today I'm gonna convert one.
Yeah.
I'm just
All
gonna
it
get
takes is
one
one.
today.
If you can convince one person, one girl to ride a dick instead of a pussy, then I've done my job today.
I don't think they've ever,
Yeah.
but like, I think they say, what's the phrase that the hardest working person in the world lives in poverty? I think that's true, and I think it's these people.
I mean,
I think they are
we
as
did get
hardworking
them-
as it gets.
We did kind of get them in the Bronx. They were just like people in public, though. They were just out on Fordham Road preaching, and they would do the
Yeah.
you know, the end is near, repent or die sort of shit. On campus, we didn't get much, but at this point, they are. I think she started out as a pure Bible religious slut shamer, and now I think she's got a taste of the good life with those followers. And those likes.
The first time
Because,
she got a pop, she was like, "Oh, hang on a second here."
And now she knows, she sees it. You know, when the frat bros come out and start chanting threesome at her, her numbers go up.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like, yeah, let's keep this going. I bet you this chick ends up banging frat bros by the end of this. I bet she ends up being the life of the party and being like, you know what? Fuck it. Just fuck each other and go on TikTok. Life's much better that way.
You get one applause from like double-digit people, one applause from 10+ people.
Your
worldview
you've lost your convictions,
changes.
absolutely.
Yeah, like-
All your convictions out the window. I'm doing whatever gets me that applause now.
She's gonna have a fucking mega church. She's gonna give what's his tits a run for his money.
Carl Lentz.
No, Carl Lentz and
Carl
her.
Lentz fucked this
Carl
shit.
Lentz and her should have like dueling pianos. He's like, no, I like to fuck sluts.
She's wrong. Bang him. Oh man, that's,
He's the only one collecting money. She doesn't have a tip jar out.
I like to fuck. Oh shit. We got this bitch in an Uber who fights the Uber driver because he asks her to put her mask on. I mean, she reaches over him, she's coughing on him on purpose, hitting him, grabbing his shit. But the craziest thing is the other 2 girls in the back seat with her have masks on. She's the only person in the car not wearing a mask. And her friends are like, yeah, fuck you, right? But she's wearing a mask.
It's not an Uber pool.
I don't think so. I think they all get it
You're
together.
still taking Uber pools
Oh,
nowadays.
yeah, I don't think there are
You're
Uber
a
pools.
fucking
Right.
psycho.
That's insanity. No, I think they all get in together, and she's the only one not wearing them. And the other 2 are wearing their masks, being like, yeah, fuck you, fuck you. It just makes no sense to me.
I actually think this is the biggest mistake you can make in your life.
Is fighting someone on an Uber?
Yeah, because
Well, they all-
look,
they all have
even
cameras now.
if you rob a bank or like if you I don't know do anything where you go to jail, you're out in 10 years. Uber has already said they will never give a ride to again. Lyft joined in. This girl's never getting a ride share ever
She's
again.
never getting anywhere she needs to ever.
That's worse than going to jail
Yeah,
for 10 years.
that's a terrible-
You would never have an
About
option.
10.
Maybe.
How many years? How many years in prison, Tommy, to be able to take Uber?
You can never take a ride share
Is
ever
Lyft
again.
an option?
No, they all banned her.
You can get no on-demand car the rest of your life.
What type of prison?
Real prison.
Real prison.
Rikers.
Oh, forget it. I'll
That's
take
what I'm saying.
I'll take a taxi.
I was gonna say I'll find a fucking
Well,
way. I'm not
it's
going to
one
jail.
thing in New York, I think, but I think I don't know. Like if I'm in fucking Atlanta, I don't really get to hail a cab. If
True.
I'm thinking like Miami, we never hailed a cab. There aren't like you don't really hail many
you
cabs
figure
anymore.
something out to not spend 10 years in prison.
I don't know. 10 might be a little bit, but I'll do a nickel.
Would you do 1 year?
Guess what? I have a
prison, Tommy?
fucking Uber pick me up when I'm done.
For what? There's almost nothing that I would go to prison
That's.
for.
I mean, I always say that in all the hypotheticals I do is like, very rarely will I
Nah.
ever take the jail.
If you
time.
get
See,
me,
we've talked about
if you
this
get me
before.
federal
John wants to go
country
to jail.
club prison.
We've talked about this before. First of all, when we had Wallow and Gillian, Wallow was like, no, it's not.
Yeah,
like
prison's
what,
not so bad.
It's not what you think it is. Like, I asked Wallow specifically, would I have to become a white supremacist? He'd be like, nah, you're fine. You don't have to join up like that. I was like, I really just don't want to come out with the tattoos. And then I think like it's kind of just bros hanging. Like, have you seen the TikTok, the prison TikTok
I
now?
just
some
don't
friends
think
in
that's
there?
correct.
Yeah, I think I would be
I've
okay in
said
prison.
that I could see myself rising up to power in a prison. You start off
I've
by being
said
the
the
guy
same thing.
that gets outside resources like McDonald's or whatever. Like I'm thinking Longest Yard, and then in time I'll rise up. Oh, I don't want to rape Tommy. He gets his McDonald's, and then like in time I'm the
He's the
leader of
McNuggets
everyone.
guy. I'm not gonna fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I think I have a slightly better chance than you.
Yeah.
At,
Tom,
No,
you
they're
get raped
they're looking
so
at you as
fast.
a piece of meat.
actually, you might have a better chance than
Yeah,
me. You're right.
yeah. I don't want to rape me.
I'm not even thinking R word. I'm thinking just getting beat up. Like, I think like, I'm just gonna kick this dude's fucking ass.
I'll disarm him. I never got bullied. I should
Do
have got.
you know how little self-respect and self-esteem you have to go, nah, nobody wants to rape me.
I just don't see people in prison licking their chops, being like, "Oh boy, I got to get in the shower next
Tommy,
to
I
you."
don't think it's like I don't think they're picking the guys they find the
I
hottest.
was gonna say,
I don't know.
like, Tommy, you're in a room full of men who are never going to have sex with a woman again. They'll just fuck you, man. They're just gonna fuck you, man.
Like, I don't know. His bone structure's not really there for me.
Not my type. If
Looks
the
a
type
little
is-
bit too much like Jeter, if you ask me.
Oh my God. All right, for the after show, Michael Angelo, you lost your phone and you tracked it down to a Brooklyn warehouse?
I did, yes.
I mean, bro,
Michael
you probably had
Angelo,
your fucking phone, man. How
you
poor are you?
get quite a bit of hijinks, huh?
Yeah, you're always into something.
the phone was cracked and broken, and there was really no point in tracking it down anyway because I needed a new one.
Right.
But I'm
You're
glad
just
I
down for
did
the adventure?
because yeah, and it was an enlightening adventure.
So you
It's
just did
fucking-
like Find My iPhone and the thing goes off in Brooklyn?
yeah, only like
Where do you live?
Greenpoint area.
Oh, so you're in
But
Brooklyn.
yeah,
Okay.
but this was like 15 minutes into like the weirder like industrial factory
Yeah, yeah,
area.
yeah.
But it was fucking weird. These guys were like Grand Theft Auto, like Nico Bellic characters.
So did you just like not you just rapped on the door
So
and you're
here's
like,
what
hey, can I have
happened.
my phone back?
I had a small
Crazy,
gathering the night before. Dropped my phone, made a joke about how I hate it, like threw it into the corner. Then got drunk.
Who among us?
Yeah, no, it was funny. People laughed. But then the next morning, I just figured it was like lost in my apartment, so I was slow to find where it was. Some girl at the party lost her phone, left it at my place, so I figured she
had your
accidentally
phone?
took mine. So she came to get it, and then I was like, "You have mine, right?" And she was like,
That's
"No."
kind of a wild assumption too, though. I mean,
Well,
I get
the
it,
phone
but
that
also
was left behind was cracked, and it like looked a lot like mine,
Okay,
and
okay.
it was off.
Got it.
And she was like, no, I don't have it. Like, where is yours? And I was like, it must be here. And we did find my iPhone, and it was like 15 minutes into this sketchy neighborhood.
Fuck? So somebody from your party took it to a warehouse in Brooklyn?
I have no idea.
Wait, didn't the guy tell you he found it in a bush or something?
He said, he handed it to me,
Well-
he was like, I found it behind the rocks. And like, looked right into my eyes. It was fucking, and I didn't leave
So-
my apartment the entire night.
Maybe
So-
when you threw it, was it by a window? Could it have gone out the window?
No.
Yeah, went out a window, landed in a truck.
I mean,
fell off
coulda
the
had a
truck like
couple
Toy
crazy
Story.
bounces,
Did you have like
but-
strangers at your apartment? Were there friends of friends?
Yeah, there were a few.
So you got robbed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So
guess,
some of your
but-
friends brought a scumbag in who stole your phone.
They were like, oh, this
And-
idiot just threw his phone across the room.
Yeah,
Like, I'm going to
yeah,
steal
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so it's like
This
slowly put
guy
their
doesn't
foot on
Total
top of it.
public display of disregard for the
So
phone.
then
yeah.
they opened it was your phone locked?
I put a message on it like call this number if it's found. Mm-hmm. You can't. I locked it and then like put.
But
that
I'm saying,
message
so they
up.
robbed
Yeah.
it, they looked at it, they
The
couldn't
guy
get
was
into
like,
it. they're
Vladimir, they say called number back.
Yeah.
He called
Yes,
you.
yeah.
So that
Vladimir,
number
dude.
worked?
That worked.
That message worked.
No, because I went with the girl and she had her phone and like I'm freaking out. Like I was high. I didn't want to do this.
One for the ride.
Yeah, I would never have done it if it wasn't for her being like, you have to like figure
Yeah,
this out.
yeah.
So I'll show you the fucking guys.
I would have told her, no, I don't.
Oh, you have a picture?
like
I'll
this
just
was
get
the
a new
scene that we walked up to,
Oh my god.
and
Okay.
yeah, he.
I found
as,
phone
as
behind
we're
rock.
walking into like whatever building that is, they come out and she hits the like play my phone sound noise, and it's going off like in the guy's pocket.
Got
So
it.
I don't know if he like realized he was caught
Bro,
in the
all
moment.
this for a
and then-
phone you knew you were getting rid of?
Yeah.
So
I'm
you like
gonna buy a
that
new one,
phone
like,
right there
They
is
could've
not
just
this phone.
Shot.
This is this phone.
Oh, it's the same
That's
phone.
this phone, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you were like,
But,
you're like, all right, now time to go to the iPhone off
The
the
youth
store and
these
get a new
days,
one.
man, just doing it for the story.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Trash. I don't know what fucking Vladimir was planning on doing with this anyway, but
Sell it, probably.
That's honestly,
I'm going to get that and give it to a Russian.
I will be honest, that's a great party trick. To just get the crowd going, fuck this thing. You throw it, and everyone's like, yeah, this guy doesn't respect his own property.
I did that
when
in
I get
middle
a new one,
school.
I'll keep that one as the prop phone and just
Yeah.
fucking toss it
There you
around
go.
all over the place.
I did it. No, in high school, I did it as like kind of like we were in like the student center, and I was like, "Hey guys, you want to see me put my phone in the microwave?" And like everyone gathered around, like, "Hell yeah!" And I put it in, and like in 1 second, it just gets shocked with like an electric blue light, and then the phone's broken.
That's
But
it, yeah.
People thought it was cool for a second. It was like,
I
"Ah."
had friends for an
But
afternoon.
also, I stopped doing that like sophomore year of high school. I was like, I'm gonna not throw things at walls anymore.
I'm gonna start the microwave one next party. I
Yeah,
have.
it's honestly, it was a Kyocera. It was pre-iPhone. It was like a Kyocera, one of the phones that like flipped like this, like the
Yeah.
side flip open. And I put it in there. It was
Bow.
1-2 seconds, just like looked like I got struck by a bolt of lightning.
Well, you know, good that you found your phone, man. Happy for you.
Thank you.
All right, that's the rundown.